Hello? I'm doing a presentation on a hardware video synthesizer, so I will use it for the presentation itself. So here it is. It's actually a FPGA development board for now, but I will try to make my own PCB later on, but at this stage of the project, it's only running on this board. So where is the VGA cable? Oh, okay. I just switch it on, and I hope it works. Yes, it does. So right now, the image is coming from this board. So what I'm presenting, it's a device for video performance artists, also known as VJs, for video jockeys. It's inspired by the popular MILDrop program for PCs that probably some people already know. I will show later on some pictures that MILDrop renders. And this device uses the same principle of rendering as MILDrop. What advantage it has, it's highly integrated. It's only a compact device. You just plug it and it works. You don't have to boot. You don't have to load software or anything. It's automatic. It has many interfaces. I'm planning to add MIDI control, so you can control the visuals with a MIDI keyboard. Also DMX. DMX is a protocol for controlling stage lights. And so you would be able to control the visuals with the DMX table and at the same time let the visuals control the light. And also one of the biggest features is video mixing, which means that the device will have two PAL or NTSC video inputs, and you could do video mixing or other controllable effects and interfere with the video using the same principles as you make a MILDrop preset. It's basically a device at the frontier between big computers, which has lots of processing power or big GPUs, and small devices, small microcontroller boards, to which you can connect every interface or analog inputs or whatever. So I will show you some pictures of what MILDrop is capable of. So this is one of the presets. MILDrop actually is highly configurable, and you can load many visual effects. So this is an example. That's another one. Yet another one. The biggest point about this device is that it's entirely open hardware. Everything is integrated inside an FPGA. An FPGA is basically a blank silicon chip into which you can write whatever design you want as many times as you want. And the design that you put inside the FPGA is entirely open source. By contrast, some project called Arduino is only an IVR chip which does all the magic on the board. They call it open hardware, but it's not really open hardware because everything on the Arduino is done by the IVR chip. And the IVR chip is really a black box. The people at the company who designed the IVR chip probably use the same kind of methodology I used to design the Milky Mist chip. And all these design files are typically company confidential. Nobody knows really what is inside the IVR. It's not the same at all with Milky Mist, because with Milky Mist you have all the chip design, which is entirely open source. And so if you want to make a chip, if you want to make your own chip, you can do it. You can just run the source code, you can just run the source code of Milky Mist into a special program, which will make chip patterns for a real chip. And you can also run it to a different program and implement it on FPGA. here I only use FPGA because making a chip is very expensive. So Milkymist is actually more than just a visual synthesizer. It's a complete system on chip. A system on chip is like a microcontroller which has a CPU core and many peripherals. So it can actually run C programs. You can compile them with GCC, and you can execute it on the on the special microprocessor inside, and it can interface both with peripherals for generating video signals, for controlling buttons, for controlling MIDI, DMX, or whatever. And you also have special graphics acceleration units to render some visual effects, because some of them are very CPU intensive, and if I do it just on a processor, it would be very slow. So just like it's done on a computer graphics card, I have some special hardware inside the chip to accelerate graphics. I will just go more into the technical details of the chip. So this chip, just like any computer system, uses buses. I use 3 different buses. I use Wishbone as a general purpose bus. Wishbone is made by a community called OpenCores, and this OpenCores community releases many designs as many hardware designs as open source, and they advocate the use of the standard Wishbone bus for every connection between these chip building blocks. And I use 2 other custom buses inside this chip, because Wishbone had some problems with performance and resource utilization mostly. So I have 2 different buses for inside this chip. One of the buses is for only controlling small peripherals like LEDs or push buttons, and also serial interfaces for debugging. So this is a very simple bus, which is simpler than Wishbone and slower than Wishbone. And also a special bus for high-speed memory access. I will not go into the detail, but controlling DRAM, dynamic memory, just as DDR SDRAM, is pretty tricky. And using this bus allows easy use of DDR SDRAM as high performance level without a lot of complexity. So the base system is a 32-bit RISC CPU, which is connected to the Wishbone bus I was talking about. Right now I use Micro32. It's made by Lattice Semiconductor. It's a big company, but they release it under a BSD style license. And before that I was using AEMB, which is developed by Sean Tan, an individual, and it was licensed under LGPL. The system on chip uses off-chip flash memory for storing the bootloader. It has some on-chip SRAM. Actually, I have this. The purpose of the on-chip SRAM is only to debug the DDR SDRAM, because DDR SDRAM is complicated and always failing. So it's very practical to have to be able to run some software on the chip, even if DDR SDRAM is not working, just to be able to debug that DRAM and then load the complete program into DRAM, because you only have a few kilobytes of SRAM. On the basic system, you also have a serial transmitter for debugging and GPIO ports for push buttons, LCD, or whatever devices. And this system on chip is pretty advanced because it's able to run UC Linux, or you can also program it like a microcontroller without operating system. So I was talking about the memory. This system uses DDR SDRAM with a custom memory controller, which has